Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son. Now Biden is talking about sending the National Guard to the supply crisis out there in California and at these docks. And you got China having the same problem, and these other countries are dependent on the ships to bring in products. And so this is the time where these dragons can take over the food supply, can take over what you can buy and what you can sell. Because the foundation, let me get that in the Apocrypha. The foundation is the supply chain. That's the foundation. The supply of food is the foundation. And so the Lord, what He's doing, He's using these elites, these elites who think they pretty much worshiping the devil and the devil giving them powers. And they don't understand that the Lord controlling the whole situation. But 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 11, it say, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues." Now, Revelation 11 and 8 let you know that Babylon the Great, America, is spiritual Egypt. And so he said he will smite Egypt with plagues as before. So the ruling kingdom or empire, he's going to strike again. Mind you, the same empire have the children of Israel in captivity, because they will be in captivity until their kingdom come, like in Matthew 6 and 9. It says in verse 12, this 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 12, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, and the punishment that God shall bring upon it." So the foundation of spiritual Egypt, America, Babylon the Great, is the shipping situation. Through the ships, all other countries get rich. So the whole empire of Edom and this Babylon the Great, the capital city, Basra of Edom, the Edomites, is dependent on the supply chain. The history of these ships started in America, and it developed to be a powerhouse in America. It was an American invention. Ships with big containers, shipping them around the world. See, then it's the foundation of America, because this is how America became rich and caused all the other countries who traded with them to become rich. That's why I say they committed fornication and drunk the wine of Babylon. And so these other nations pretty much had a relationship with America that caused them to be rich and live deliciously. And so now you have a crisis. This crisis is the Lord striking this place with plagues, and He's striking the foundation. See, but in this, you're gonna have the military, the beast. Let me get that in second. Revelation, Salakia. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. It say, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. See, when you need food and supplies for your living, that's when you can pretty much die. And so this is how a lot of individuals is gonna die, because they're not gonna want to worship the beast. They're not gonna want to obey the beast, and they're gonna get locked out, because it say in verse 19 of 2nd Ezra 15, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his house with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread for the great tribulation. Okay? And then when you go to chapter 16 of 2nd Ezra 22, it say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And so this is how the climax is going to go down. These dragons is going to take control of the food supply. And if you don't worship them and comply with what they pushing, you will be locked out, and you will be in the midst of the chaos and destruction. And the military is the only peoples that's gonna have the food and the supplies. And this is the way to do it, by clogging up the food chain, the supply chain on purpose. See, because everything was rolling good, they can blame it on the so-called virus thing that's going around, and now they can take control of the food supply. And you're gonna have to comply to pretty much survive or live the way you've been living, because they know that these so-called Americans want to go back to normal and how they was living before this situation. So they dangling that in front of their face, and people that don't know what's going on, they gonna fall for the trap. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American descendants of slaves scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.